But one of the things that's going to take place, if it hasn't already, and it probably has already started for some of you guys, is you're going to see margins compress, okay? And what do I mean by, what is margin compression when it relates to real estate investors? The rehab deal that you were used to making 100 grand on, you're going to go back to being happy to average about 20 to 25 grand on, right? And something that, listen, I remember, again, I've been doing this for a long time. I've been training, teaching, coaching real estate investors for 20 years, 18, 19 years. I've been doing PIG for 10 years. And I remember when somebody did a $30,000 or $40,000 assignment fee, it was like, oh my, get balloons, get a parade. It was like, this happens once in a lifetime, right? Over the last couple of years, I got like, I couldn't even keep count of all of the $30,000 and $40,000 and $50,000 and $70,000 assignment fees people were making, right? And on the last 3 rehabs I've bought, I've paid $40,000 assignment, $30,000 to $40,000 assignment fee on all the last 3 over the last couple of years, okay? So those are the types of things that have been taking place. That is going to shrink. Okay, you're going to go back to the days when 5, 10, 15,000. There's certainly some things you could do. Will there be a 40 from time to time? Of course. But when you have tons of demand, obviously that is going to drive up margins. Those are going to start to come back down. Okay? And when margins compress, the thing you have to understand as a real estate investor and as somebody who is marketing for motivated sellers, and if you're not yet, you need to start because that's the lifeblood of this business. But as you begin to see margins compress, you're going to have to do your marketing a little bit differently. Because if what you've done over the last few years is we send out 10,000 postcards to a very generic list of absentee owners or vacant houses or whatever that was, that model might have worked when you made $40,000 an assignment deal because you could just kind of throw marketing up against the wall and just, it didn't matter if it produced all that well. The return on investment was still great, okay? But when those margins shrink, sometimes you're going to have to do what is known as trading down. Even trading down with our marketing, right? Whereas maybe we were used to going to Hawaii, and now we're on the beach. And those of you guys that were on the beach in Pensacola, now you're going to have to go to the RV park, right? There's going to have to be a little bit of a shift in your marketing as well, where we kind of trade down and do things a little bit differently, right? Maybe when we were sending out 10 and 20,000 postcards a month, now we're going to have to niche down, get a little bit more targeted, be a little bit more effective with the way we do our marketing in order for us to continue to be successful and thrive in what is undoubtedly going to be a recessionary market over the next couple of years. There's just no doubt in my mind, okay? There wasn't 18 months ago, but back then nobody believed me because we were at all-time highs, and that people get very caught. They're the victim of the moment, okay? And that's why over the next year and a half, I'm going to be your cheerleader trying to keep you from being victim of the moment because I've gone through this 15 years ago where everybody acted like we were going to be in a recession for the next 20 years, and we're not, right? It's going to be a very short-term thing. It might be a year or two, and you want to position yourself to be in a place that when it turns back around, you're in the business, you're hustling, you're grinding, you're making money, and you position yourself to take off and really do well as it turns around. Okay? And so those are the things I want to be teaching you and training you and equipping you and kind of, get you where you need to be so you can be successful.